Welcome in. It is day 262, and you're speaking with the Meeples Champion. And today we're going to be going over a game that I had heard about for years, whenever they did the top 100 for the Dice Tower. It was specifically a Tom Vassell game of interest, but it was one that everybody seemed to enjoy, and I finally managed to pick it up. I actually got it in an auction online, and was really excited to get it to the table. The game is called Camel Up. Now, in Camel Up, the idea is that you have a whole bunch of camels that are on the board, and they're all going to start at spot 1. And, well, spots 1, 2, or 3. You're going to roll the dice. Those are going to determine where they're going to end up. Then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be making different decisions on your turn as to whether you want to gamble on a particular one to get to the finish line, which means that you're going to take a shot by snagging whatever the top thing is for them, which would represent either the 5, the 3, or the 1 for the value, or you're going to be investing in rolling the dice, or you're going to be investing in money. You're essentially just bidding. The actual camels aren't what you own. What you own is that you're a gambler and that the race is going on. And you're going to keep doing this until eventually one of the camels crosses the finish line. And when that happens, the game comes to an end. You're going to pay out based on here's your winner, so things that were in the winners category, second place, third place. Then you're going to see where everybody landed and see who ended up basically being the best. So it's an interesting game because there is the luck factor, but the luck factor is not affecting you specifically. You still have the way to mitigate that because you can see that clearly somebody's not doing well and that their character color has fallen behind, and you can shift over to someone else. Or if you want to take that long shot, you can bet on a color that is not doing well early when you're able to grab all their stuff because nobody wants it, and hopefully hope that it gets back later. Or you can just take a nice spread of everything. Well, why don't we jump in? Let's talk our 7 categories and see where this game lands for us. When it comes to the art, the box is nice. I wouldn't say this is an amazing box. This is not one of those boxes that's going to grab my eye on every shelf. But what it is going to do is I'm going to notice it. It's definitely going to stand out. And while I may not be attracted to go check it out, I'm not going to be detracted. So when I'm going through a store, it's one that'll probably take a moment to go like, what is this? And then when you open up, you put it out, I think that the setup is a lot more attractive. So if you're at a convention, you're at a game store and somebody has this out, this is one that is going to grab the eye. I think that the art is good. Thumbs up. When it comes to the components come in 3 different ways. You either have your actual camels, which are wooden. You have your pieces that are going to come in as cardboard. So these are primarily what you're going to be grabbing when your bid markers for if you're bidding on the 5, the 3, or the 1 for the different colors. And then you're going to have all of the cards that are coming in, which are going to represent a lot of the different pieces, your different characters that you can choose from in their starting hands. I think it's all good quality. Nothing seems to be bad. I'm not worried anything's gonna be broken or fall apart or wear or tear. Thumbs up. Availability. So the game's not one I've seen everywhere, but I have noticed that it's probably at about 2 out of 5 board game stores. I haven't seen this at a Target or at a Barnes & Noble yet, but it's an older game that's still available. It's online. You're probably going to find this base game at about $40, and I think that it's worth its money. It's one that's going to be, you're going to get a fun game that you can play with adults and with kids. Thumbs up. Your difficulty. So I think that a 10-year-old can get into this. So I think that you're going to have your kids and your beginners enjoy this. I think that your experienced can enjoy it. Your experts, these style games may not grab them. I think that a bidding game where you're basically having something else play out and you're just kind of taking your turns grabbing pieces and bidding on it, it's not always one that grabs an expert. And I know I have a few that I've played like this before and I enjoyed them at the time and they've fallen off for me. I'm excited for this one because I heard it's really the top of the line for those style games, but I understand that this may be one that only lasts a few plays and then I might get over it. So I'll have to wait and see how the hits for me, but I think it's going to hit a lot of the categories here, so I think it's going to be worthwhile. Thumbs up. Replayability. The whole idea of this game is replayability. The whole idea is to get it out and play this a couple times in a row on a Saturday or a Friday night. It's to get it out and be able to play this on, with family and with friends. And you have enough mixtures in there where this is one that could easily be played at holidays, family get-togethers, a night in with a few friends. This may not be a two-player style game necessarily. I think this isn't really designed for that. I think this is more designed for a bunch of friends are getting together for, say, a game or something. When I say a game, I mean like you're getting together for the basketball game. And it's okay, but it's not grabbing your full attention. But there's enough of you there where you can toss this onto the table and kind of half pay attention to the game, half pay attention to the board game. Because it's not going to be that pulling you in of a game that you're going to have to give it full 100% attention. So for me, I think there's a replayability there. Definitely give it a shot. Thumbs up. Keys to victory. So it's up to what you want to do. Are you going to judge this straightforward and because this color's winning, that's what you're bidding on? Are you going to go all in on the one that's fallen behind because nobody else is grabbing it and you can get their good payouts really easily? Are you going to spread between everybody? Are you going to try to grab those, or are you going to go more so in on trying to get the guaranteed money? What are you bidding on? There's a lot of different keys and a few routes for each key. It's a big thumbs up. Is the game unique? I want to compare this game to a bunch of other games, but to be honest, what it's doing is a little bit different than those. And I just haven't played a game that to me is straight up comparable to this, or that's an obvious, I want to choose that or this. It feels like you're going to give a little bit more attention to A or a little bit more attention to B. So for me, as of right now, I'm going to say it is unique. This might change as I play the game a little bit more often and other games come into my zone here and I get an idea as to what I'm looking at. But for now, thumbs up. Overall, what do I think? I think it's a fun little game. This is one of those, yes, I've given it a boatload of thumbs. In fact, it might have gotten a full 7. But when I say that, 7 thumbs doesn't mean I mean that everybody should buy it. What it means is that I see that this has really good chemistry with each of the categories and that it could hit for any one of you. So I think you should definitely give this one a try to play. And if you have an opportunity to buy it, don't be afraid to. Give it a shot, pick it up, but also be aware that this is not a game that's going to necessarily hit for you 100%. This is a game that's going to hit for you in ways, but you've got to take your time. You've got to judge the game properly. Don't be afraid to watch a how to play or play through. Don't be afraid to go to a convention or a board game store and ask if you could try it out. Just because I think it could be a game that all of you like doesn't mean it's going to be a game that all of you will enjoy. You have to be willing to accept the fact that a game may be great and it may not be great for you. So I definitely think give it a try, but don't go rushing in and just picking it up. I got it finally because there was an auction and I managed to get this with expansions for a cheaper price than getting it brand new online, and it all came in great condition. So it worked out in that regard for me, and it was worth the price for me because of that situation. But if it had been just the base game at the regular price, I may not have jumped in right away because I wasn't sure I was going to like it. Well, it has been day 262, and we've been speaking about the game Camel Up. And you've been speaking to the Meeples Champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description. I'll be adding an Amazon link in case you want to get this game for your collection. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.